Hello again, Grace chatting here with video 9 in the series of how to survive living with an alcoholic. And so the topic for this video is how do you know when you have become a survivor? Some people wanted to know what was the difference between being a victim of something and being a survivor of something, like living with an alcoholic or of domestic abuse, for example, because I'm sure some of you actually are victims of domestic abuse, but some people want to say that they're survivors of domestic abuse. So what is it that makes that distinction? Well, in my view, the distinction is about if you're still feeling trapped by your situation, if you're still feeling critical, if you're still blaming, if you're still just feeling like there is no life beyond it and that you can't see your way out of it, then you're still a victim of it. The turning point comes when you make a decision that there is life beyond it, and whatever it takes, you're going to move beyond it. The survivor refuses to stay stuck. The survivor accepts that they can't change the other person. They recognize that all their best efforts have brought them to where they are. So they realize that just criticizing their partner and their drinking and just blaming them won't get them anywhere. And it's futile, it's a waste of time and energy, it wears everybody out, and it's not really very good role modeling for the children because they finish up with a sense of powerlessness and anxiety. So a survivor is committed to changing their situation, to no longer being a victim of it. So one of the ways they do that, as I have been telling you about getting a journal, they resource themselves. Survivors resource themselves. They identify networks of support, and they may configure a substitute family around themselves. Like, for example, Al-anon is a really good resource. There are people there who understand you, understand the difficulties and challenges you have, and they will support you. So amongst those people, you create not just supporters, but like a substitute family. And when you start to live your life and start to take care of yourself and grow yourself, yes, there is a certain amount of vulnerability in that, but your whole vibration shifts from being an underdog, being a victim. A victim has a very low vibration. It's a whole sense of helplessness and powerlessness. When you shift to being a survivor, there is a shift in your energy, and it's about, I am going to overcome this, whatever I need to do. And one of the ways of doing that is getting yourself educated. So I'm going to say more about all that in future videos. This is a really short video, but I just wanted you to be clear about the distinction about whether you're a victim of it or whether you're a survivor. Survivors, the movement forward is from being a victim to being a survivor, and then shifting from just being a survivor to being a thriver, and actually really pushing forward in your life in spite of your partner's drinking. Whether your partner continues drinking or not is not the determining factor, because you've decided you're changing your life. No matter what he does, you are going to make the best of your life, and you start setting goals for yourself, some challenges, some ways of recovering yourself your sense of your own person and what kind of life you want, and you set about starting to create it. Now that might seem impossible at the moment, because often living with an alcoholic, you can finish up where, you know, there's no spare money, there's no spare anything, there's no spare energy. They use it all up. There is a tendency for them to use everything up. But you need to decide you're going to transcend that. And yeah, you're not only going to be a survivor, but you are also going to be a thriver. And then moving beyond being a thriver is really sussing out what is your best life. What is the best life that you want to create for yourself? But at the moment, you know, baby steps, one step at a time, and realizing that what seems impossible is totally possible. I mean, the life that I'm living now, going back 30 years ago, would have seemed incredibly wonderful. It would have seemed like heaven to me. But when I was stuck in a hopeless and helpless situation, it didn't feel like I was ever going to get out of it. But I did. And it was from victim to survivor, from survivor to thriver, and now really having a kind of limitless life. And you'll come to discover that the abundance of the life that you have is limited only by your own imagination. But at the moment, let's get you as a good survivor moving to thriver. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.